Hey guys, today we are working on the mighty JR50. It has, I don't know, 2 horsepower to begin with, and I took it up riding in the hills with my kiddo, and half of that went away, so we're down to like 1 horsepower. I pulled the expansion chamber off, and it was pretty plugged up full of carbon and oil, so I ran that through the parts washer for a few hours and got it cleaned up. Also, we're upgrading the air filtration system on it. The factory air filtration system is like woefully inadequate. It has about a hole the size of a nickel or maybe a quarter that it actually passes air through. So I'll show you, I will drop a picture on there. I started reading some forums and a guy recommended this GoPed filter adapter to put a pod style filter on your scooter or GoPed. And he said with a quick modification, it'll bolt right up. So I'm here to let you know that's total BS. It's not a quick modification. It's about a, I don't know, 45-minute ordeal. You have to, it is aluminum, the flange is aluminum, so it's pretty easy to work with, but you gotta have to drill the holes out larger or slot them so that it will fit onto the back of your carburetor. And you are also going to have to grind down one side of it to make it a little bit flatter to clear the nut for the top motor mount bolt. And I'll show you that. Overall, I think it was well worth the time. It sounds way better. It breathes way better. I'm gonna put the shifter and the side case cover back on it and see how much better it runs, if it'll pull my big butt around. But I don't think it's gonna be any worse, that's for sure. I'm also gonna pull the head off it, and we're gonna shave a little bit off the face of the head to try and up the compression ratio a little bit. I've heard of guys taking the lip all the way off of the head. I don't think we're gonna get that aggressive, but I would like to try and bump a little bit more power out of it. He's got maybe another month or 2 to ride before it starts snowing. So next spring, he's gonna be due for a bigger bike. So we're just trying to get by for now. But I'll pull this air filter off and show you the kind of modifications we had to do to it. So when you get it, it's gonna be perfectly round, and you can see I had to cut that corner off to clear that motor mount nut. You could probably grind it down enough. I just went ahead and cut it off with a hacksaw or a sawzall. It just goes way faster. And then I had to drill those 2 holes a little bit larger in order to get 2 bolts in them. And I pulled 2 bolts out of my scrap bin or extra parts bucket. The factory screws are not long enough. They won't fit through this aluminum flange and have enough to get into the carburetor. Overall, with the flange, it comes with some extra hardware that you're not going to be able to use. And the pod filter was like 19 bucks on Amazon. I'll throw that picture back up there so you guys can see it. And then I'll get this fired up so you can hear it. All right, team, I know I didn't get a before video on it, but if you saw some of the videos in the past of him riding around the track or up in the mountains, you know it sounded pretty anemic. That's probably because it was trying to breathe through basically a straw. I don't know if you've ever tried to do any exercising with like one of those altitude masks on, but that's kind of what this poor little bike was going through. This is certainly opened it up quite a bit. We're gonna get the head shaved down on it, and we'll see what kind of difference that makes. Okay, so there's only 4 10mm nuts that hold this head on, so let's get them off and see how it looks. I think you guys get the gist of it. I'm gonna take these bolts off, so I'm gonna put you down so I can get this thing off. All right, team, we got the head off. It was pretty gross, so I dumped it in the ultrasonic really quick, cleaned it up a little bit. This is basically what we're going for, okay? As you can tell, I'm not really even putting any downward pressure on it. It is now sliding on my board. Factory piece of pine that is super flat. Piece of 200 grit sandpaper, and I sprayed some soapy water on it to kind of lighten up how aggressive it is and help clean out the pores on the sandpaper. So we're just going to keep that up for a little bit until we get it milled down a touch more. There's still quite a bit of lip there on that edge. So we're going to mill it down a touch more, and then we will throw it back on the bike, see how it sounds.